36 Eight-Trigram arrays, the array of affection. 36 Eight-Trigram arrays, the array of affection. Xiefeng. Translation edited by Qinyu. What in the world is affection, that it inspires beings to vow to accompany each other in life and death? Travelers flying together from south to north, their old wings enduring the cold and heat. Joy and sorrow, parting is painful. Among them, there are even more infatuated men and women, you should have something to say. Over 10,000 miles of layered clouds, 1,000 mountains with evening snow, for whom does the lone shadow depart? Yuan Haowen, Moyuer, Goose Mound Lyrics, first verse. What is affection? The weaver girl descends to the mortal world to marry the cowherd, the white snake transforms into Lady White to marry Su Xian, Meng Jiangnu travels thousands of miles to 36 Eight-Trigram arrays, the array of affection. Xiefeng. 36 Eight-Trigram arrays, the array of affection. Xiefeng. Translation edited by Qinyu. What in the world is affection, that it inspires beings to vow to accompany each other in life and death? Travelers flying together from south to north, their old wings enduring the cold and heat. Joy and sorrow, parting is painful. Among them, there are even more infatuated men and women, you should have something to say. Over 10,000 miles of layered clouds, 1,000 mountains with evening snow, for whom does the lone shadow depart? Yuan Haowen, Moyuer, Goose Mound Lyrics, first verse. What is affection? The weaver girl descends to the mortal world to marry the cowherd, the white snake transforms into Lady White to marry Su Xian, Meng Jiangnu travels thousands of miles to search for her husband and weeps at the Great Wall, Du Shenyang angrily sinks a treasure chest, Romeo willingly drinks poison, Zhu Yingtai willingly jumps into a grave. The stories depicted in books are just the tip of the iceberg. For thousands of years, the world has witnessed countless tragic stories of affection, where affection is so deep, it's like a cliff of broken hearts, and longing consumes the jade-like skin. In the end, the soul is shattered at the end of the world. Secret affairs, elopements to distant lands, sacrificing one's life for affection, dueling for affection, accumulating debts for affection, committing murder for affection, all these lead to chaos, destruction of homes, and the demise of people. What's the point of such fervent affection? Brilliance fades, regrets last a lifetime, speechless before the heavens, only hatred and shame remain. Besides romantic affection between lovers and spouses, there is also affection between father and son, mother and daughter, mother and son, siblings, confidants, friends, comrades, classmates, masters and disciples, teachers and students, hometowns, etc. These constitute the web of human affections, the sea of affections, and the array of affections. Many people live and die for affection. Once affection is lost, people feel lost and aimless, wandering souls on the verge of collapse. What exactly is affection? That people vow to each other in life and death, suffer insomnia from lovesickness, persevere through countless hardships out of deep affection, spend their entire lives without regret, risk their lives in desperation, or engage in illegal activities. Affection is a kind of non-material energy that is embedded in the non-material structure of life to maintain harmony in family, society, fairyland, and humanity. Life must have affection, without affection, life will perish. The greatest creators have affection, celestial beings have affection, birds and beasts have affection, trees have affection, and even demons and monsters have affection. The more abundant and richer the affection, the closer it is to heaven. The more impoverished and barren the affection, the closer it is to hell. The broader the affection, the closer it is to heaven, the narrower the affection, the closer it is to hell. Affection is a series of 8-trigram arrays, with gods having divine affection, demons having demonic affection, celestials having celestial affection, humans having human affection, monsters having monster affection, ghosts having ghostly affection, beasts having beastly affection, birds having bird affection, trees having tree affection, grass having grass affection, and flowers having flower affection. Thus, it forms the levels and steps of life, the heavenly net, and the heavenly array, binding each level of life to thrive and flourish in their respective spaces, orderly and disciplined. Consciousness, structure, and energy are the three elements that constitute the universe. Nature, love, and Tao are the three great treasures of life. Nature is the characteristic of structure, love is the characteristic of energy, and Tao is the characteristic of consciousness. So, what about affection? Affection embodies all three characteristics of consciousness, structure, and energy. Affection not only has the components of consciousness and structure but also contains the essence of energy. In other words, affection is the need of consciousness and structure, but its essence is a kind of energy, an essential non-material energy needed by consciousness and structure. Therefore, affection is closely related to nature, love, and Tao. As long as there is nature, there is affection, as long as there is love, there is affection, as long as there is Tao, there is affection. Conversely, without nature, there is no affection, without love, there is no affection, without Tao, there is no affection. For human life, affection is like salt. If affection is too weak, life is tasteless, if affection is too strong, life is bitter. To elevate oneself to celestial being, one must escape from the human affection array. Without escaping human affection, one cannot enter divine affection, without entering divine affection, one cannot become a celestial being. How does one escape the human Eight-Trigram array? In short, abandon human affection and seek divine affection. Specifically, diminish parental affection, deepen the affection for the ancestor of Buddha. Theoretically, the richer and broader the affection, the more divine it is, the poorer and narrower the affection, the more human it is. Specifically, diminish parental affection, deepen the affection for the ancestor of Buddha, the greatest creator, diminish the affection for siblings, friends, deepen the affection for the universe, all things in nature, diminish the monogamous affection between men and women, deepen the predestined ethereal affection of the fairyland, diminish the affection between master and disciple, teacher and student, deepen the affection for Tao, the truth. Theoretically, the richer and broader the affection, the more divine it is, the poorer and narrower the affection, the more human it is. In practice, the more relatives, the more divine affection, the more lovers, the more divine affection, the more beloved ones, the more divine affection, the more one loves mountains, rivers, and nature, the more divine affection, the more one cherishes all life, the more divine affection, the more one enjoys playing and having fun, the more divine affection. What is affection in the world? At this point, the answer is found. Deeply affectionate, earnestly heartfelt. Mountains, rivers, and all things are loved by me. Heaven and earth merge with affection. Yin and yang unite, and the fairyland is born. Unending affection, not obsessed with affection. My affection pervades all. When my work is done, I will be fulfilled naturally. Beautiful ideals turn into reality. 36 Eight-Trigram arrays, the array of ethical relations. Xiefeng. Translation edited by Qinyu. Ethical relations refers to the relationships established between individuals based on various factors such as generation, status, seniority, gender, and degree of kinship. These relationships include those between grandparents and grandchildren, parents and children, spouses, siblings, uncles and nephews, aunts and nieces, in-laws, rulers and subjects, superiors and subordinates, leaders and followers, employers and employees, masters and disciples, teachers and students, and so on. Various roles in society, such as the President, Vice President, Secretary of State, Prime Minister, ministers, governors, mayors, county magistrates, bureau chiefs, section chiefs, town chiefs, village chiefs, and ordinary people, form a hierarchical array. Similarly, roles in a corporation like chairman, CEOs, managers, team leaders, and staff members form another array. In religious contexts, the Pope, cardinals, bishops, priests, monks, and believers form yet another array. In a family context, relationships between grandparents, parents, children, and grandchildren form an array. From these principles, we derive a network of relationships: familial relationships, relationships with nature and society, relationships among divine beings, ethical human relationships, moral norms, ethical principles, order of relationships, sequence, order, structure, generational relationships, matching relationships, party relationships, military relationships, relationship charts, quality of relationships, noble relationships, prestigious relationships, tribal relationships, material relationships, experiential relationships, quality of relationships, intimate relationships, listed relationships, peer relationships, and so on, forming a network of relationships. Ethical relations uphold the order in human society, establishing a clear hierarchy and maintaining orderliness among individuals based on mutual respect and deference. Every individual, regardless of who they are, navigates their life within this matrix of ethical relations, embedded in this intricate web of interpersonal relationships. Should anyone breach these ethical relations, they will face the punitive consequences of this ethical matrix. Such transgressions may include violating norms and ethics, disrupting societal relations, disregarding moral principles, or behaving worse than beasts, resulting in a moral torment or societal condemnation. By binding individuals within these ethical relations, people are provided with guidelines to follow, preventing chaos and disorder. However, being trapped within these ethical relations, individuals become ensnared in a perpetual cycle of life and death, unable to escape the inevitable realm of existence. They are also unable to escape the confines of the territories of different qualities of life. For instance, the influence of parental relations within the ethical array is so profound that it becomes difficult for individuals to escape. Similarly, marital relations within the ethical array constitute a significant portion of one's life, meaning that half of one's happiness or misery is created by their spouse. Once interpersonal relationships are established among individuals, they inevitably come under their influence. Aspects such as consciousness, thought, emotion, spirit, lifestyle, daily routine, diet, ideology, and so on, are unable to form an independent and complete personality in self-system. They cannot achieve harmony. The entire operation of human society is constituted by the array of ethical relations. To transcend to a celestial state, to escape the confines of the realm of necessity and enter the realm of freedom, one must escape the ethical array. Buddha said, all sentient beings are equal, but within the ethical array, equality among sentient beings is difficult to achieve. The reality of life's cycle of reincarnation tells us that the ethical relationships between individuals in this life differ greatly from those in past and future lives. One's grandmother from a past life may become their daughter in this life, their wife in this life may become their mother in the next life, their children in this life may have been enemies in a past life, and someone who helped them in this life may have been their dog in their past life. The relationships between people, what are they exactly? If we limit our understanding of relationships to the present moment, everything seems clear, but if we expand our understanding to encompass a broader span of time and space, everything becomes confusing and difficult to discern. It's quite troublesome. Quite complex. It's a headache. It's better to treat everyone equally and love all sentient beings. How to escape the ethical array? Cultivate independent consciousness, cultivate a complete personality, follow the laws of life and existence according to the will of the ancestor of Buddha, the greatest creator, heed the teachings of Christ Jesus, Buddha Shakyamuni, and the celestial Laozi, establish moral guidelines for a happy, joyful, free, and blessed life. Regardless of who you are, as long as you can make me happy, joyful, free, and blessed, I'll play with you, otherwise, I won't. Regardless of who you are, as long as you can help my life ascend to the realm of freedom and reach heaven, I'll play games with you, otherwise, goodbye. However, one must still fulfill their responsibilities and obligations and repay their debts. 36 Eight-Trigram Arrays, the Array of Desire. Xiefeng. Translation edited by Qinyu. The more you eat, the more you crave, the more you sleep, the lazier you become. The more you steal, the itchier your hands get, the more you gamble, the more avaricious your heart becomes. Habits become second nature, and this second nature obscures our true nature. Things always naturally develop in the direction of habitual tendencies, and in the end, we lose control, sinking deeper and deeper, making it difficult to escape. Everything can become addictive: smoking, drinking, eating meat, using drugs, gaming, seeking pleasure, making money, fighting, holding positions of authority, frequenting bars, even using the internet. Negative emotions like jealousy, resentment, comparison, criticism, blame, lies, laziness, selfishness, greed, and arrogance can also become addictive. Once a person becomes negative and develops an unhealthy psyche, pessimism becomes the theme of their life. They may become isolated, obstinate, stubborn, rigid, and eventually suffer from depression. Why does this happen? This is due to the Eight-Trigram array set up to maintain a certain number of lives in each level of existence. It is called the array of desire. It is like a nose ring on a bull, leading people back and forth in the desire array, making it impossible to escape from a certain space of life. There are 8 major desires: appetite, affection, sexual, desire, desire for pleasure, material desire, desire for reputation, desire for life, desire for possession, control, and desire for excellence. These 8 desires form the desire array. Normal needs are not considered desires; anything beyond normal needs is considered a desire. For example, constantly craving delicious food, indulging in delicacies, is called desire for food. Constantly thinking about establishing emotional relationships with someone or constantly fantasizing about sexual relationships with different people, rather than going with the flow, is desire for affection or sex. Always seeking leisure activities or indulging in comfort is desire for pleasure. Working tirelessly to earn money to buy property, land, goods, and equipment is material desire. Going to great lengths to maintain a good reputation is desire for reputation. Taking extreme measures for health, consuming supplements, practicing meditation, and living in a state of intoxicated oblivion, is desire for life. Racking one's brains to control resources, people, or positions is desire for possession. Striving with every nerve, enduring hardships to stand out from the crowd, seeking magical powers or supernatural abilities to make others envious, is desire for excellence. Once trapped in the desire array formed by the 8 major desires, one's life becomes one of suffering, without hope or a bright future. It's a life destined for pain, exhaustion, frequent disappointments, and without the joy, happiness, freedom, and bliss one desires. It's a life destined to float and sink in the cycle of reincarnation. How to escape the desire array? Follow the way of the greatest creator. Follow the way of nature. Regarding food, take things as they are, eat until you're full, don't deliberately pursue taste at the expense of slaughtering animals. Regarding love and sexual desire, associate with others by following naturally come and go relations, don't pursue it deliberately, nor avoid it deliberately. Regarding pleasure, take advantage of opportunities as they arise, avoid high-end pleasures that waste energy and money as much as possible. Regarding material pursuits, be content with what you have, prioritize simplicity and practicality, avoid extravagance and excessive possession. Regarding reputation, don't seek lasting fame or infamy, let things happen naturally, don't worry too much about people's opinions and judgments, just keep your conscience and morals intact. Regarding health and life and death, leave your life to the greatest creator's arrangement, let your life be governed by Tao. Don't deliberately focus on health, accept life and death as fate, neither craving life nor fearing death. Regarding possession and control, the more you have, the more worries you'll have, the more you control, the more mental labor you'll have. It's better to pursue the state of possessing nothing yet owning everything, to feel content no matter where you are or what you are doing. Regarding excellence, act according to your nature. Everything is born, grows, is punished, and is finally exterminated by nature. Everything is under the arrangement and running of Tao. Don't pursue excellence excessively. If you don't have a good singing voice, trying to excel in singing will be futile. Just express your talents and personality to the fullest. Why bother pursuing excellence? Once you escape the desire array, the world will be vast and boundless. Without desire, you can fulfill desires. Without selfishness, you can fulfill selfishness. 36 Eight-Trigram Array, the array of belonging. Xiefeng. Translation edited by Chinyu. Statements like, I am British, I belong to the Yamato people, I am a Christian, I am a member of the Nationalist Party, I work at Carrefour, I am of Asian descent, my family has 5 members, I belong to the Tiger zodiac sign, and so on express a sense of belonging for someone. Common characteristics of origin, similar distinguishing features, shared cultural traits, similar beliefs, identical pursuit of ideals, and resonant emotional features divide people into categories such as ethnic groups, nationalities, religious denominations, political parties, and social circles. People always seek a sense of belonging to something, feeling secure and grounded spiritually and psychologically. Everyone wants a home, a sense of belonging to a group, otherwise, they feel unsettled, like lost souls adrift in the world, aimless like clouds drifting in the sky. Placing someone within a certain group, a particular circle, allows them to float within it unknowingly, forming what is called a belonging array. Nations, ethnicities, races, political parties, religions, groups, companies, homes, families, and more constitute the belonging array. Every person, whether willingly or not, is part of the belonging array. Humans inherently belong to the global citizenry. If we see the Earth as a ship drifting in the Milky Way galaxy, then regardless of who we are, we're all on the same ship and should cooperate. But due to the belonging array, people engage in conflicts, killings, and struggles, turning life into a bloody drama.